All right.
So, Dev abandoned us
Yeah, that's right.
for Adam and Sitch.
That's right.
So we decided to find a new friend in Jesus.
Oh my God! We're not just cooking down, we're cooking down with Jesus! Woo!
Okay, so we just watched the movie. It's me and Dave this time doing this movie review.
Hello.
And we just watched Jesus Revolution.
That's right, because we
were bored.
Well,
And we couldn't really decide what to watch because movie theaters don't really have anything good in them ananymore.
Well,
And we didn't want to spend, like, I haven't seen the first Shazam.
and I haven't seen Avatar.
He hasn't seen the first Avatar, so both
Yeah.
both
out.
sequels were out.
And Mummies didn't. This is like DreamWorks trash.
Yeah, and other stuff was sports and something else. I don't remember what it was.
It was just random stuff that it's, like might be okay, or it might be something I might watch on my own, but I wouldn't really recommend watch like. I don't think you'd want to, or
No.
I know Dom
Yeah.
definitely wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if Dom saw this movie,
She would have fallen asleep within the first 30 minutes of this goddamn movie.
because her mom's pretty religious, so
Yeah.
like her mom has probably seen this movie already because this
Maybe.
movie's been out.
Yeah.
Jesus Revolution has been out for I think it's nearly a month now.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was February 23rd. So it was the release day,
Yeah.
and the agreement was. It's Christian propaganda masquerading.
We just watched super wholesome Christian propaganda.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah. So,
But-
yeah, go ahead.
You go.
Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking this halfway through, I am definitely thinking, because I haven't really seen a lot of Christian movies, but I have seen reviews of stuff like Left Behind and like these really fundamentalist kind of things. And I can generally, because I've spent time with pretty hardcore Christians in the past.
I have not.
I was fairly like a moderate practicing Christian for at least the first half of my life.
I never was.
Yeah, that's the difference. I can smell this shit from a mile away. This is it. This is how I know. I have a sense.
No, see, the reason that I have a sense for this is because I was raised anti-religious.
So there you go. So we're coming from different angles completely on this.
And then getting the same result regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, so Christian Revolution. No, Jesus Revolution is sort of like a documentary, a little bit.
Well, it's a biopic.
It's a biopic because it's based on the real events of hippies loving Jesus.
Yeah.
That is the whole movie, is hippies learning how to love Jesus.
And it has Kelsey Grammer from Frasier in it, which was what grabbed me, because you said all about this, and I'm like, oh, Kelsey Grammer's in it, oh my God. And then I didn't realize how intensely religious it was going to get at times.
I looked up the description for this movie, and it literally just said, like, oh, it's these three people just going to Southern California, and like, while this is happening. I didn't expect the whole thing to be about hippies and Jesus. Like, I know Jesus was in the name, but I just thought it was gonna be like around it, like
right? Yeah.
like the Dairy Girls, like, you know, the whole Irish thing. Yeah,
I haven't seen it, actually.
you have to watch it, you would love it. But regardless,
I heard good things about it.
Regardless,
Okay.
it's like the Dairy Girls show where, like, the whole Irish thing. I don't even remember what happened in that show, guys. I really liked it.
The Troubles? Is that when it takes place in the 80s or something?
I don't fucking remember.
Or like the 90s? I know it takes place in the past.
At the end of the series, there was a huge vote. And that is all I remember,
Okay.
even though I watched it within the past 2 years.
It's probably okay. So it's probably based, like, it probably takes place decades ago then.
Yeah, I don't know anything
Okay.
about history, guys.
Well, I know about.
I got nothing up here.
I know about.
Blank.
At least it's like northern. Well, no, it can't take place that far back, because I mean the whole like the Irish Revolution and
No, it's the Irish
schism.
hating the British. That's what
Well, yeah,
Okay, but anyway,
that still happens.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's
Yeah.
not the point.
Yes. So, yes, but anyway, so I thought that it was going to be sort of like that show where it's just about these three characters
Yeah.
in this time period, when it's
Yeah, they're watching
no.
unfold.
It is about,
Like the life of Brian.
technically it's about like two characters, like, specifically.
Actually,
No, listen, here, it's about, I don't even remember, his name is Greg. I'm gonna forget his
Greg
name.
Laurie, yeah. He's kind of the main guy.
He more or less is the main character.
Mostly, yeah.
who is a high school kid who looks like he's fucking 30, but that's the 70s. That's the 70s for you.
It was 68. It takes place over about a year.
That's the 70s for you.
Late 60s. Well, honestly, like there's a bleed over from decade to decade.
Well,
right?
no, because that Times article got published in 71.
Yeah, that's
So
true. But
the
it starts in 68.
I'm still right.
Because like the moon, we're both right. Gee, the guy's name is in the movie.
Anyway,
Jesus.
So he's the main character. He's the main character. But the second main character is the pastor. Because if without those two characters, nothing would have happened.
That's true. That's
so
true.
So those two are the main characters.
Yeah.
Chuck is the pastor's name.
Pastor Chuck.
I forget everyone's names already.
Well, there's Kathy, who's the love interest for Greg.
Yes.
And then Lonnie, who is basically
the love interest for Jesus.
There's the love interest for Jesus, exactly. It's just, oh my God. Like, the pastor's daughter picks up this random guy, and I kind of lean over at Naomi, and I'm like, it looks like Charles Manson.
I busted out laughing, and I could hear I saw the couple beside us just side-eyeing me for busting out laughing. And I was
well, they were probably alive when Charles Manson was murdering people.
Probably, but I don't think they heard your comment just laughing.
No, if they did, they might have laughed. I don't know. I don't know. These are strangers.
Well, no, you know what's funny, actually? So the reason I stopped so suddenly when I got to our seats is because the guy had his coat on one of our seats.
Did he really?
Yeah, and I was like, these guys are sitting in the wrong seats because
who cares? There's no one there.
Yeah, on a side note, at Cineplex now, when you buy your tickets, you could just get to pick wherever you sit. That's not how the way it used to be.
No.
So, when we picked our seat, we said sit right in the middle. That couple was supposed to be like 4 seats away from us.
Yeah.
There were only 2.
Yeah.
And I was just like, we're just gonna sit here. It's close enough to the middle because I don't want to sit I don't want to sit beside this guy's coat.
I'm so particular about the seats when I go to the movies.
I'm not.
Well, if I can't be in smack dab in the center, I just roll with it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, or I go to AVX and I just.
You know where I like to be? In the very back, in the corner, away from everyone.
I did that once.
No one sits there.
I did that once. A bunch of us drove in to watch Alien vs. Predator, and we all got drunk in the theater.
Good lord.
Dude, that movie was so bad, you have to be drunk to watch it.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah. So anyways,
Back to the movie.
Yeah, anyways, so Charles Manson Jesus, aka Lonnie, he's like, hey, I'm like,
Lonnie Frisbee is his name.
I'm like totally a hippie and stuff, and I just love Jesus so much. And so he
And so this girl's dad, who's a pastor, he's a square.
Yeah,
I don't know how to make a square.
Basically you gotta, it's like an L.
It's a diamond.
L and L. That's how you do like the whole
square.
It's like, oh my God, I must frame this for my film.
Square.
Yeah, this is, it's close enough. But yeah, he's a square.
A rhombus is close enough.
You're a total square, mister.
Yeah, so the pastor's daughter finds this guy. So since he's a total square, she takes the hippie guy to meet her dad just to fuck
French
with her
toast.
dad.
Well, no, she said we talked all night.
No, yes, but just to fuck with her dad. That was the main point of picking him up and saying, oh, but you have to meet my dad. And he's like, oh, is he cool with hippies? And she was like, no. And he was just like, all right, radical, dude.
No, he's like, really?
No, he said something that was like super
enthused?
surfer boy.
Oh.
And I can't remember what it is now. I'm kicking myself.
Well, I don't know.
This is a very long movie, guys. Listen.
It actually isn't. No, like the runtime is not that long.
Listen though. I looked up the runtime for Avatar. The Way of Water. It was like 3 hours. It's one of the other reasons why we didn't go watch it. This one is an hour and I think a half. An hour and a half or an hour and 45 minutes.
30, hour 30,
like
something like that.
2.5 hours.
Because
it was
never
so long.
Okay. So that's getting the crux of my critique of it. Is it's essentially schizo posting. Think about it. It's so uneven. Uneven.
I actually thought it was going to end at three different times. I was like, okay, and we're done.
The first time when they go back to the first scene, right? Because the first scene is them like baptizing people at this cove.
I almost got up and left.
I would have just followed you.
I was ready. I was just like, okay, and we're done. And I would have been like, wait. Yep. Where's the lights?
And that's when I would have said, this is really Christian propaganda.
Oh, God, yeah. Like, it was like, like main Greg. I'm gonna forget everyone's names in the middle of this video, guys. I'm gonna forget
Gerger.
Oh God.
His mom's nickname.
His mom is like
total train wreck.
Sucks. Just sucks.
His mom is an alcoholic train wreck who lives in a trailer with her son.
Yeah.
And
spoiler
refuses to tell him about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Spoiler alert. The mom is a drunk. She is like super depressed. Like if you've met a person with severe depression, she has it to the nines.
Oh yeah.
And like, she says that every single relationship she has failed, so when she finally found a good one with Lonnie's adoptive dad, which she didn't know about, she fucking leaves him.
Yep.
She steals the kid and, like, moves to Southern California.
Yeah, she leaves this decent guy
who adopted her son.
Because she's so afraid of breaking up with the guy that she's like, I'm just gonna leave on my own terms before I can fuck it up.
Yep.
That's no way to have a proper relationship.
I was like, God fucking damn you, Mom.
Jesus is very upset with you, lady.
Yeah.
I don't remember your name.
God. Anyway.
Mrs. Laurie.
So I guess guys, I don't even know what to say about this movie other than that it was wholesome Christian propaganda.
Other than it's an absolute schizo post of a movie which has like 3 different endings and well, okay, so okay. I did have some serious thoughts on it.
Okay.
I mean, okay, so when it's not being the whole, Jesus this and Jesus that, it, to me, at least from a secular perspective, and the one character, Josiah, the journalist guy, who, spoilers again,
writes for the Times.
Writes for Time Magazine.
Time Magazine.
Yeah.
Times. It's the same.
No, it's not.
Same.
No, it's absolutely not. So he's a journalist, and he's been asked to go out there, and he's like, I usually cover wars and politics, and I have no interest in this stuff. But
it's the very end of the movie, by the way.
Yeah, very end of the movie. Well, I mean, most people aren't going to watch this anyways.
All right.
Anyways, he provides the secular perspective and like his take on things, and he's a reminder to those who are basically trying to look at this through a secular lens that it's not just about pure Jesus freakery. It's about finding meaning in your life and trying to put things back together when things are broken, because after that middle part where we thought it was the ending, everything goes downhill.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna say that was actually a really good part of the movie where I thought it was done and things just started collapsing in on itself. That was a really long time to get to that middle part, guys. Like it felt like a really long time. I'm not saying this is a bad movie, by the way. I don't regret watching it, to be honest, because if it had just been not a biopic, I would have been like, Christian propaganda, we're done here.
Yeah, I would have been like, I could watch this on Lifetime or something.
Yeah, but at the very end, because this is a real life event, apparently that's still going strong today.
Yes. So, well, these guys were kind of the precursors to, this is like Billy Graham, Joel Osteen.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Super churches. Picture the most snake oil style evangelists, Christians.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the progenitor of that.
Yeah, like this is where the super religion started.
Yeah,
the super Christianity started. And but they were doing that at the very end. They were just like, okay, they were showing the real life pictures and stuff of these actual human beings.
Which I was hoping for, because
and describing the events of like sort of what happened in the movie, and also stuff that happened after.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that this was a current thing that's still going on. I thought this was this finished before I was born in the 90s.
I had the feeling that at least one of them, if they were still alive, was still preaching.
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's a business.
Yeah.
And that's why the propaganda angle. And I'm going, as someone that grew up Christian and a practicing Christian, I can kind of see it because of the whole things drugs taking over your life and being miserable, or being like the mom and being a barfly and all kind of shit. It's just, oh man, keep hammering those nails. Fuck me.
Yeah, but it wasn't necessarily a bad movie. It's wholesome propaganda. You have to go into it remembering that it's wholesome propaganda.
You know what? Just get baked. Honestly, just get high. I know that I just said something about the
Getting
drugs and
high
everything like that.
doesn't solve life's problems, Dave.
Dude, it doesn't, but it would make this movie even funnier.
It wasn't supposed to be a funny movie.
They were good. There were funny moments.
I'm not saying there wasn't funny moments.
Like
it wasn't supposed to be a funny movie. It was a serious movie with funny moments.
With funny moments. I know. But I can imagine myself watching this baked out of my mind, and I would probably be laughing like every 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna point out you don't have to watch it baked to more or less enjoy the watching of it.
Yeah, no, you don't. You don't.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you're a person that does consume marijuana products legally, of course. Yeah, this is Canada, so we can do that. If you're inclined, it's you're gonna laugh your ass off. and there's the one scene. So they're all living together in the hippie commune because they're fucking hippies, of course.
Condemned hippie commune. Thank you. Condemned hippie commune.
It reminds me of this house. So I worked for this laundry company that washed clothes for summer camps down in southern Ontario, and we lived in a house that looked kind of like that. And it was actually basically condemned. Like there was
my God.
No safety inspection there. I looked at that place, like bare bulbs and old ass timbers and like really shitty old carpet. I'm like, this place is a fucking tinderbox. Yeah. I'm going to die in here.
See, but you didn't die. So
I didn't. Fine. I survived, so I can watch this and talk about it.
Yeah, so that means that living in condemned places is fine, as shown by Dave in this movie.
Don't listen to her. It's not right.
I am correct.
It's not good. You can die in a fire.
Yeah, but you probably won't die, so it's fine. Okay.
Don't get arrested for squatting.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
Well, I was getting the part. I was going to mention the part where they're all together, and Lonnie, like Manson Jesus, is like, "Hey, man, I got you something. I got you a car so you don't have to go pick up your girlfriend with your bicycle."
Yeah, but it wasn't just him. Like that was a kind of a nice portion of that's where you know it's like partially also hippie propaganda.
Yeah.
Because like the commune all got together to buy this one guy a junker car.
Yeah.
Now they don't have any money, of course. But they got
somehow they have money for something.
They all bought him a junker car. I'm like, oh, that's wholesome and nice. And I was like, no, living here would be awful. Naomi, stop.
Well, it's nice to see someone do something nice for someone else.
Yes.
It's just really funny because it's an absolute piece of crap, and it just backfires and dies the moment he tries turning it on.
They all have to pray to make it
start. They're all like circling around the car going, please God, please fill the engine and the carburetor, which the guy assured me was brand new and just replaced with your Holy Spirit. Like he just keeps doing this shit, and it finally turns over and turns on.
Oh, it's funny.
And it's like I knew it would work.
Yeah.
Eventually.
No, okay, we were talking about how this movie actually did the really dark parts very well.
It did.
Okay, so the first dark thing that happened was Greg's love interest's sister almost died.
Yeah.
That was
Quaaludes.
I don't remember anyone's name. I've already forgotten. No, I don't remember.
Dodie is her sister's name.
I don't remember.
Okay, so Kathy's sister Dodie.
I don't remember.
Main Squeeze's sister, love interest, fine.
Yeah, she almost died just because they're all in like a garage.
Yeah, they're all like
acid.
No, they're pills. It's Quaaludes, which are even worse. Those are super illegal.
I don't know anything about drugs.
Okay, Quaaludes are they're a tranquilizer.
Wolf
of
they were
Wall
all
Street.
So fucked up.
They did Quaaludes in Wolf of Wall Street. There's a scene where Jordan Belfort, like the main guy, and his buddy, like Jonah Hill's character, they get so fucked up on Quaaludes that like. The main guy is going and he's literally crawling on his belly, like snake crawling to his car.
Jesus.
And, oh my God! Like it's so fucked. Yeah. Quaaludes are no joke.
Yeah, but anyway, that was the turning point for the love interest, like being like, I can't do drugs. I can't be a druggy hippie anymore.
Yeah, I can't be like Timothy Leary.
I need something else. And I actually thought it was really appropriate, like how everyone in the scene reacted, because I've been in certain situations where I've been way more affected by something like kind of bad happened. Like the sister was fine, by the way.
Thank God.
They turned her on her side and she puked and she was like, "I'm all good. Sorry for missing stuff."
What I miss?
Yeah.
I'm like, everything. Almost missed life.
Yeah, but I've been in a situation where I've like strongly reacted to like a bad thing way more than everyone else has around me, and I've always felt like, and I was one of these been like, nope, I'm out. No more. And it was kind of nice to see myself represented in this movie.
Oh, dude, if I saw something that happen in front of me, I would be so out.
You know?
Oh.
But everyone else, like, didn't even react a little bit.
No,
like,
they're all like,
yeah, and like Greg reacted a little. Like, he was the one who said to turn the sister on her side.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Yeah.
Like, and the love interest was just, freaking out. And you could tell, but, like,
sister.
no one else was, like... doing anything, and I was just like, "Yep, that hits real hard." I feel that.
That's where the propaganda is also coming in.
Yeah,
because
I know.
Like, oh, it's burnout. Oh, you can't be like those burnout hippies. Oh no, you gotta find Jesus. Have you found Jesus? I found Jesus.
Yeah, she very shortly finds Jesus after that. By the way, they both find Jesus very shortly after that.
Yeah.
Because the second dark part was that Greg almost dies in a car crash.
Well,
sort
reckless drive. His friend is a reckless driver.
So they're all who knows what the fuck they're on now. But his other hippie friends,
Charlie,
is driving the car, and they're just swerving in and out of the opposite lane.
Stop! He just reefs the wheel, and he's like a total spinner.
Yeah, and Greg's like freaking the fuck out because he's
also high.
He's like balls all over the walls, man.
Yeah,
but he's the fear is making him sober enough to be like, this is so dangerous, I need to like save myself.
Yeah.
And like
bust out of the van in the rain.
And my favorite part was that the next day, I'm pretty sure it was the next day. The time
it was the next I think it was
kind of confusing in this movie.
They do some really jarring time skips, yeah.
But you can't tell there's time skips. So honestly, the whole movie feels like it takes place over like a day or two. Like a few days.
I would say a month. Let's say a month.
I'd say a week. But I don't know anything about time. So
well, they saw the moon landing, and that was a year later. So.
Yeah, no, I know. Like the whole movie, I think, took place over an entire year, but it felt like it only took place over about maybe a week. Just because of the time skip feelings. Like, I could tell, okay, there's been a fair amount of time that's probably passed here. I'll just insert, like, a month here or something.
Well, because they didn't really change their appearance much.
Well, like, I mean, that's only a year, right?
I know, but...
it's only a year.
Also, the fact, like, their wardrobe doesn't... Well,
they have no money.
Depending, because they have no money, the only person whose wardrobe...
changed was Greg.
No.
Yeah.
No, not just him.
Well, I mean,
Pastor Chuck. He went from wearing a suit to wearing a leisure suit to wearing Hawaiian shirts.
That's true.
Yeah, he's wearing all this tropical stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, he changed.
He went from being an uptight, stick up the butt to not a hippie, but a cool dude.
He's basically It's
all about love and peace, man.
He's like
but not
Jimmy Buffett fan.
Yeah. So anyway, but like, you know, that was a good dark moment, because the next day, the guy who almost got like everyone in the car killed.
Oh yeah, you just like, hey man, you coming back in the car with me?
Yeah, and like Greg didn't really say anything. It was just kind of just like, like there wasn't even really a reaction. Like no one like acknowledged the events of the night before. And I'm like, you know what? I've been there. I've been there when people have done really stupid shit and acted like it's fine the next day. I was like, no, I'm mad at you. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I think Greg was so confused that he didn't know how to react.
I mean that too. Like the dark scenes, even though this was a very propaganda film, all the dark scenes that haven't felt like actually realistic.
Those felt better.
Yeah.
And there's also like Greg he steps in because down the line the pastor Chuck and Lonnie Manson Jesus start kind of butting heads because
Lonnie's slowly going insane.
Lonnie starts thinking of himself as a prophet. He starts getting really egotistical about it. He starts getting into
he gets into faith healing. That's where we started seeing.
That's where we started seeing the evangelical shit.
Yeah, as soon as I started seeing the faith healing, I'm like, is this gonna take a really dark turn? Is this not a propaganda film?
Dude,
it was still still a propaganda film.
If it wasn't a biopic and they had him turn into some kind of psychological thriller, this movie would have been awesome.
That would have been a pretty awesome movie. It was still a good biopic, but like this would have been like an awesome like psychological thriller. He's fake healing the sinners.
You're part deaf. You like drugs.
Yeah,
Jesus has healed
so we
you.
slowly start seeing the bad parts of Christianity coming out of Lonnie,
because it's
who
like
was kind of like the awakening of this like new good like all peace and love hippie Christianity.
Yeah,
that
Jesus
like,
freaks. That's what they're called eventually.
Yeah, like. But he was like the start of that, along with Pastor Chuck.
But that's the thing is, with every movement, there's always a dark side. There's always something is going to go wrong because. Oh God, I can't believe I have to get political here. But like communism, if it's in the hands of flawed people, then it will be the power will be used in order to control and to possibly damage. And Lonnie isn't realizing what he's doing is because he might be also putting false faith into people's minds.
I think he was getting off on the high because Lonnie himself admitted that he was used to be a drug addict in San Francisco. That's his whole thing, is that he was like a hardcore hippie, got on the drugs. Yep. I'm pretty sure was a homeless dude living on the streets. He sort of said that. Sort of. I don't know. I was reading into it a little.
I wouldn't be surprised if you'd been. I mean, it's one of those things I'd probably have to look up as well just to see if the movie was misrepresenting him.
Yeah. I might have read too much into it, but let's just say that he didn't have a great life in San Francisco as a drug-addled hippie. He found something. He found Jesus. Yeah. And, like, made himself better, but, like, was still following the philosophy, like, hippie philosophy, but for God.
He's he's trying to be more like Jesus because of the whole thing with, accepting people as they are, going around barefoot and so not judging people.
His main thing was, like, helping out drug-addled hippies and be like, you don't have to be drug-addled, man.
Yeah,
like,
you just high in Christ.
Yeah, come join our church and we'll actually, like, help you and support you and stuff. And that was really sweet. But then I think that because they had to move churches because they got so popular with all the hippies, right? Because this was the only church that would actually accept hippies. That they built this, like, giant tent. It kind of reminded me of the tent from Harry Potter. A little bit.
You mean the Deathly Hallows, the wedding?
Yeah. It reminded me of the wedding tent from Harry Potter. Tent. Just a little bit. I know. All party tents look the same, but that's what it reminded me of immediately as soon as I saw it.
Yeah.
And as soon as he got the party tent, that's where he started going downhill.
It went off the rails.
Yeah.
He went off the rails. The movie went off the rails.
Like, there was thousands, like at least 1,000 people or more in the tent. Yeah?
The initial one? No, I would say a couple hundred, maybe.
There was a lot of people.
It was a lot of people. It looked like a lot.
I think Dave's lowballing it. There was a lot of people in that tent.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to count on that. I don't feel like counting.
Yeah.
It was a lot of people for the size of the tent.
And so if you're good at public speaking, that's such a fucking high to have all those people just fucking listen to you. Like, I've slowly gotten better at public speaking over the years, kind of, sort of. I don't really think you guys believe me, but I have.
It's hard. It's a very difficult thing to do.
But when it's going, like, because I felt that when I've actually, like, had a speech prepared and stuff, not here, in real life, when I've actually gone to do things, like, I felt like the whole crowd listening and, like, kind of engaging with me, and I was like, man, this is fucking awesome.
It does.
This is great.
It does feel like a high.
I feel good, and I go out there and I'm just like, after the speech, I'm like, that's fucking awesome. I'm pumped.
That's why do you think I did model parliaments?
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, I did the speeches in character. So
I still don't like doing speeches. I had like one good experience with a speech, and that was it. But
you ever use a megaphone?
No.
I did once. Some hippie goddamn commie bullshit.
Can you imagine like how much of a high on an a drug addict would want, like after experience that, like doing it over and over and over again?
It's coming back to the whole secular lens on it about what constitutes a drug, what constitutes belief, what constitutes meaning. There is a really good center of focus for this movie. you just gotta kind of peel away a lot of the blatant,
love Jesus.
Yeah. Just
Peel away the layers of Jesus.
Peel away the layers of Jesus, and you find the truth. You find the truth,
Yeah.
which is also one of the main focuses of this movie.
Yeah.
About what is truth. What is your truth? What do you say?
Well, the truth is God, of course, according to the movie. Yeah. But the whole large portion of that's how you know it's propaganda, because the truth is God. But
yeah.
But I can't.
I don't know.
It's.
Well, the truth is your dad isn't your dad.
The truth is your dad isn't your dad.
His mom gets T-boned by a pickup truck. Your dad, you're divinely born, because they never actually say who his real dad is.
Well, I don't think
Laurie is the son of God.
I don't think she knew who his real dad was.
She probably didn't, because she was a kind of a massive barfly who I think met the right guy and then just threw it away because she didn't think much of herself.
The only good thing about her was her hair.
She didn't have nice hair. She was a good-looking woman.
I swear to God, she was wearing a wig. She woke up. She was in the bed with perfectly coiffed hair. It was impossible.
It's got to be a wig.
Like I don't even know how they did that. Like with the actress, like she was laying in a bed. Like every single time we saw her, she was pretty much just laying in a bed. Like actually,
it's called.
And she had like the Marilyn Manson hair.
Marilyn Manson.
Not Manson. Monroe.
Yes. It's like this lank ass hair, like corpse makeup. Hello, son. Welcome home. Sweet dreams are made of me.
Speaking of Marilyn Manson, we saw one Satanist.
Oh yeah, we did.
In this entire movie, we saw one Satanist.
He just goes, "Hail Satan!"
It was It was really funny. Like this. It was pretty much just a goth dude with a pentagram who just said, "Hail Satan!"
Hail
Satan! People kind of like one person lightly clapped.
Yeah, I know. and then Manson Jesus goes up. That's why you're thinking of Marilyn Manson, because I've seen Manson Jesus. He just goes up. Wow, that's far out, man.
Yep.
No shit.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Have we covered? Oh, I think
we've covered most of the movie, just not in chronological order in the slightest.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. I like going over things thematically as much, and possibly even more than chronologically.
Yeah.
It's like the movie, they have all this stuff where Greg's struggling, and then the girlfriend's dad's like, "I don't want you to marry my daughter because you're a fucking loser,"
but he was kind of a loser.
Okay, you know what my least favorite scene in that entire movie was?
What?
The breakup scene. It was so maudlin and hackneyed, and it was so rushed.
You know what's funny is that the entire romance for this movie felt like a very stereotypical, yes, this is a movie romance. Like, it was really
formulaic.
Weird. It was really weird to see in the type of movie that this was.
It was also, it was like it was really, really trying to be Oscar gold. But I'm sorry, but the actor for Kathy wasn't very good.
She was okay.
I don't know.
A lot of the acting was only like
Kelsey Grammer's the only one who was really good, honestly.
All the acting was average. All the acting was average except for Frisbee Head and
Manson Jesus, yeah.
The pastor.
Yeah, it's Kelsey Grammer. That's Frasier.
I don't fucking remember who anyone is.
Okay,
you think I know actors' names?
Okay, well,
I don't know any of them.
Frasier.
I don't even know who Keanu Reeves is.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
What the fuck? I hope
only one.
Well, you got me there. No, I agree though. I agree. Those guys, those two are the best in the movie by far.
Also, but you know what's funny about the terrible stereotype movie romance is that that couple is still together, living to this day.
Yeah.
They said it at the end of the movie that they just they were pretty much just soulmates.
They're destined for each other.
And they have been married for 50 years. Is that what that said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, over 50 years.
Yeah, they're going strong. They have kids, 5 grandchildren, and I was just like, wow, okay, good
ripping
for them.
people off by the thousands.
Yup.
Super church.
You know what's really funny is I found most of the movie wholesome, as I said a few times, and then at the end when they were showing off kind of the super churches, I was like, oh.
That's when I was sitting there like,
oh. Oh.
I was pinching the bridge of my nose and trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
When the movie ended, I barely said a word to you. I just got up and left so I wouldn't start laughing in front of everyone.
Yeah. Well, the 6 other people that were with us in the theater.
Yeah. I'm like, imagine if that had been packed with a bunch of evangelical Christians.
Ooh, wow.
They would have killed me.
No, they would have started screaming out "Praise Jesus" in all the church scenes.
Oh, I know, and I would have thrown up. Like the worst flashback.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
Yep.
oh,
Yep.
oh.
Yep.
Anyways, that's 6 out of 10. Not bad.
Yeah, like, you just like, it was kind of fun wondering, is it Christian propaganda? Is the end of the movie gonna surprise me and it's not gonna be Christian propaganda? It was still Christian propaganda.
No.
Still Christian propaganda, but I was just like, it's kind of fun to wonder.
Yeah.
But I was right.
It's a movie that doesn't really... It
just tells its story.
Kind of knew what it wanted to be.
No, it did. Like, it tells its story. And it was, that's what I'm saying. Like, out of the few propaganda things I've seen, Christian propaganda, I haven't seen very many,
that's
to be
true.
fair.
You know what we should do?
This was my favorite one.
You know what we should do?
No.
We should try watching a Left Behind movie with Nicolas Cage. But, Dev's gonna want to. All right. Fine. Soundtrack was really good.
Soundtrack was good. It probably cost them
a lot.
Hundreds of thousands.
Well, they had
all the famous
Fleetwood
songs.
Mac in there.
Yeah, they did.
And like Peter, Paul, and Mary, the Birds.
Yeah, there was all those famous like 70s songs, 60s songs.
Like 60s, early 70s. Yeah, but definitely, but more Christian related, but not entirely.
You wouldn't have the squares calling you a Satanist for listening to these songs, but they weren't. I love Jesus, yeah.
Oh, no, that was the one at the end. The country, country Christian, yeah.
Yes, that's what
contemporary Christian. Which there is a station which we will not be listening to, probably ever.
No, yeah.
No, I don't like that music at all. It's awful.
Yeah.
Still.
But yeah, like the soundtrack was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Like the whole movie itself was good. It was well shot. It was like the soundtrack was great. Like that's just the thing that movies sometimes have a problem with, at least for me, is their time skips. If they don't actually tell me when the time skips happen, I'm just like, I don't fucking know. It could have been 30 years. Who knows?
I mean, I had an idea of it, but I was still a little bit confused at times. It was. But it's kind of erratic.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm used to, though, as someone who does not have a concept of time in my brain.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing in there.
I'm the kid that had a watch and would look at his watch all constant.
No, see, this entire conversation could have taken us 5 minutes or 2 hours. I'd have no idea.
I'd say it's probably been half an hour.
I have no idea.
I'd say half an hour.
I have no idea how long. There's no sense of time in my brain. So
I didn't check.
As someone who has this, I'm always just guessing in movies. Okay, I'm gonna say it's been this amount of time in here. I'm just guessing. I don't actually know. So when the movie finally tells me, I'm always surprised. So if it doesn't just immediately tell me in black and white text on the screen that 1 year later, I have no idea.
3 hours later. I had a feeling.
So I can't critique that because it happens with a lot of movies and to me.
Okay, as someone that seems to have a little bit of a firmer grasp on time, which is funny because your time management is still better than Dev's.
Yes, my time management is great because I have no concept of time, so I have to.
You have to force yourself.
I have to make sure that I'm on time, otherwise my anxiety forces me to die.
Fair enough. Hence, the punctuality obsession, which I also generally have. I get that. Yeah, I could tell what the halfway point was. I was kind of hoping it'd be over, and then it got better. So it's a little bit like a roller coaster, like a standard plot. The whole rising resolution, climax, blah blah blah. It's like standard plot device, standard themes, that sort of thing. Wow. Okay. Now I'm off the rails. Yep.
That's just you every day.
I'm tired.
I'm not that tired. Like
really? I'm tired, but I'm not.
Okay, listen. This is a lot earlier than with the times that me and Dev usually go to watch these fucking things.
I don't like getting out of the movie theater at like 3 a.m.
Okay, no. Listen. Me and Dev, like, the latest show that Cinemax seems... Cinemax?
Skinamax.
Skinamax. Betamax.
Betamax?
Betamax.
Wow.
The latest show that the theater seems to run starts at 9:40. And it'll run, but like the latest start time for any show doesn't matter, or any movie, doesn't matter what it is, seems to be 9:40. So when me and Dev go and watch, it's 9:40, and then you have to get through all the fucking trailers, and by the time everything starts, it's like 10:15.
Yeah.
So if the movie is an hour and a half long,
or longer,
we get out by like 12, and then we do this, which sometimes goes on for an hour or two, so we don't get home till 1 or 2. And it is 11:33. I'm not tired at all. This is early.
When did we get out of the theater? I think it was like 10:50, something like that.
That's early.
Okay, well, fair enough. Well, I don't like to go on too long with these sort of things.
How long have we been going?
Probably about 35 to 40 minutes, which is pretty sizable, honestly.
Well, you know what? Talking about Cocaine Bear was slightly more fun.
Wow.
Because it was such a stupid movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I could have gone a Cocaine Bear, I would have done that too.
But, like, I don't know. Like, there's not much to talk about this movie, because, like, I can just summarize it as wholesome Christian propaganda, plus biopic.
Cloaked as a period drama.
Yeah, but
slash biopic.
Yeah, but like it was still telling like a real story, you know, and I enjoyed it for what it was. That's the summary of this movie.
I just like Kelsey Grammer. I just like Frasier. I'm so biased.
There's Dave's take.
I'm so
Thanks,
biased.
Dave.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm happy that I could have you here for that glorious take.
That's right. That's right. And now, let's pray to God to send His Holy Spirit down to this engine and the carburetor, which I hope works. There's still.
Pray